everyone, Fox 19 now, First Alert Meteorologist Anna DuVall here with your forecast update. We're starting to see that heavier snowfall make its way into the area right now. That will continue to come down here over the next several hours. We're expected to see about an inch every hour, so we're going to start to see a more significant amount of snowfall here over the next several hours. So this is what we're watching out for here. And again, just going to switch this over. Okay, perfect. So what we're expecting to see here in our snowfall totals is that 10 to 13 range up in our more northern counties, 13 to 16 in the central portion of our viewing area in that Cincinnati metro. If you're down to the south, sleet could reduce some of our totals there. It'll be a slightly warmer air mass that could make its way a little bit further into our viewing area, and that might reduce your snowfall totals there, but still expecting a pretty significant amount of snow. Here's what it's looking like on a wider view of everything. Again, we're still looking at 1,500 miles of a winter storm pushing through the area, stretching from New Mexico all the way up into New York now. And you can see it's just kind of getting really messy down in the south. We have the rain, the freezing rain. We also have the sleet coming down. And then you can see these darker blues that are, again, heading straight for Cincinnati. You can see it's sort of angled here, and that's just going to fall right into the Cincinnati metro here in the next couple of hours. So that's something we're watching out for. Again, 1,500 mile stretch here of this winter storm, of winter storm warnings. It's just going to continue to progress here over the next day or so. Let's go ahead and track out the rest of your areas, or we could show the views outside. We'll do this and we'll show views outside. Joe, I see your comment, the snow. I was seeing pictures and videos of everyone posting. The snow is definitely coming down pretty good. Big snowflakes. It's going to be fluffy. It's going to be light snow as in it's not going to weigh very much. That's going to come down. It's going to be dry. And so that's going to be good, but it's going to continue to be widespread here over the next several hours. The only hope of seeing lesser snowfall totals, it is again going to be south of the Ohio River where that sleet starts to come into play, where we see that mixing from that warmer air aloft. Now if we move forward a little bit more, 8 a.m. again, here is that chance of seeing that wintry mix, that sleet, and again this could lessen your snowfall totals if you're south of the Ohio River, Adams and Brown County there. And then we can move forward, and again the snow will continue to take over the tri-state here. This is Sunday 1 p.m. and you haven't really seen the blue move off the screen, so you guys know what that means. Snow is continuing and it's going to stay that way moving into Sunday evening. This is 6 p.m. We really won't see that completely move out, not even after the sun sets. This is 7 o'clock. Some places still seeing some snow. It's not until the late hours on Sunday until that completely clears out of the area. I want to go over some of our cameras here. I think this is a fun thing to show whenever it's snowing like this. So you can just see a little bit more of what it looks like around town right now. Here's what it's looking like off our Mount Auburn camera. And again, you can just see the white on the ground. You can see the snow coming down as well. So definitely seeing that start to cover the roadways here. If you look off of our Newport camera, visibility is pretty low. Again, it's snowing pretty hard. If you squint your eyes, you might even be able to see the snowflakes coming down there. But again, snow is coming down pretty significantly. We're urging everyone to stay indoors. If you're watching me at home, stay at home, stay home, tomorrow as well. Stay off the roads, let the workers do their job, clear off the roadways. Here's what it's looking like downtown. You can't really see much. Again, visibility is not very good, especially with the amount of snow that's coming down. Here's what it's looking like on North College Hill right now. Again, they're seeing a pretty significant amount of snow. I know I posted this picture not too long ago on my Facebook page, and it was literally, I think, an hour ago right now, and you can still see some of the divots of the golf course. So definitely starting to pile up, getting some of that accumulation here on the ground. Can't really see anything off Turfway unless we look really closely over here in this corner, and you might be able to see, it's snowing there too. Here's what it looks like off our Cincinnati camera, and you can definitely see snow completely covering the bridge here. Cars still driving on the roads. Not a great time to be outside. So I would just make sure that you're staying indoors. Again, the salt isn't working right now, especially because it's so cold outside. Salt, there's a car driving on it there, and you can see they're taking it slow, but you can't really see their tail light. So just make sure if you're out and about, again, you're taking it really slow, taking it easy. The workers haven't been around clearly to clean off this roadway yet. The salt that we've put on the road doesn't work in temperatures that are below 15 degrees, which we are right now, and so that's not really helping to melt any of the snow. So we're kind of going to be stuck with it until we get some plowers on the roadways to move some of this snow off of our area. If you want to see one of our temperatures out there, we can pull this up right here. 12 degrees right now. We have a little bit of a wind out of the east, and again, look at that, feeling more like 3 degrees, negative 3 degrees out there, so definitely pretty cold. We can go over a timeline one more time for you guys here. Again, 1 to 2 inches on the ground tonight, if you haven't already gotten that amount. And then as we move into Sunday morning, 5 to 9 inches on the ground. Then we get into the 10 to 16 inch range by the time we reach the end of Sunday, once that snow completely moves out of our area. By the time we reach Monday morning, the roads are still going to be snow covered. We still want you guys to stay indoors here. And then we're going to keep that Arctic air, which is going to lead to lingering travel issues. It's going to lead to the roads still going to be covered in snow. So it's going to be a struggle here to get out of the snow, especially because we're going to stay well below where we are. We're staying in those temperatures that are just extremely cold, and you can see that here. Here are those feels likes over the next couple of days. Going into Tuesday morning, Monday morning, negative 16, negative 11, feeling more like negative 21 going into Tuesday morning. So colder temperatures for sure are on the way. We can show you guys this map here, which shows you the current snow depth, which means this is how much snow everyone has seen so far tonight. You can see near Dallas, Memphis, and Arkansas there, seeing closer to that 6-7 inch mark, and that storm is just tracking towards us. So this is what we're looking forward to as we move into the next several hours here. A little more like 18 hours away from this getting to be completely out of our area. So we're just continuing to monitor the situation as this progresses forward here. But this is what it looks like. Again, that winter storm taking effect. I know some of you might be seeing some sleet heading into tomorrow afternoon. I just wanted to show you guys that difference one more time here. Freezing rain is like the glaze on a donut, and so that's going to be ice. We're not really expecting to see that here, but sleet would be like the sprinkles on the donut, the little pellets that you see on the ground. You could be able to tell the difference between the sleet and the snow when you go out there tomorrow. Something else we're watching out for at the CVG airport is to break any of those current snow records. 1941 was the record set for today, 3 inches of snow. So if we got more than 3 inches today at the CVG airport, we would break this record. It's not looking very likely for the time being. We'll have to go check because it's right after midnight right now, so I can go check that, but I don't think we beat that record, but it's almost guaranteed here we're going to beat this record. 2004, almost 6 inches of snow, and again, we're expecting to see that 10 to 16 range. I saw someone ask about how the roads are. They're pretty slick. I saw some people driving on them. We can pull up this camera once again and show you guys what the roads look like once more. Here's what it's looking like. This is our Cincinnati camera. Here's the road completely covered in snow. The ice isn't working, the salt isn't working on the roads, and you can just see it's just completely covered. So no, I was telling people that the sleet that you're going to see tomorrow afternoon, if you're in northern Kentucky, that you could possibly see is like pellets on the ground. You'll be able to tell the difference between that and the snowfall that comes down, and that's also going to reduce your snowfall totals. Here's what the roads are looking like, though. Again, not great conditions, very slick. The salt isn't working because it's too cold. So it's just a great idea to stay inside all day, all night tonight, and all day tomorrow. Again, it's just not looking too great out there. We can go to a couple different cameras. Again, here's what it looks like. North College Hill, downtown camera, and this is our Newport camera here as well. So not looking great out there. I see someone asked a question here. When we see the 40s again, I can pull up a temperature trend for you here. If you give me just 1 second. And here you go. This will show you the highs and lows for the next 10 days. This is what that looks like for you. Again, next 10 days, we're not getting above freezing at all. So this is what we're watching out for. Again, negative temperatures for your lows. We'll be in the teens for our highs. We have another snow chance coming up. Power outages are pretty unlikely, especially since this is like light, puffy snow. But if we get a lot of snow that could, down a limb here or there, or also if people drive on the roads, that could also run into one of those power line poles, then that could also cause some issues with your power outages. But besides that, you should be pretty set power-wise. You shouldn't have any issues with your power. I see the how many inches question. 10 to 13 if you're up in our more northern counties, 13 to 16 if you're in the central portion. Sleet south of the Ohio River could cause reduced totals there, so we're watching that out. We're watching for that in Adams, Browns County, and everyone in northern Kentucky. We do have a closures list on our website. So you can find all of those closures there. I'm going to put this up full screen here, and then you guys will find me at the top of the hour in a few minutes. So I will see you guys live on Fox 19.